The Dorado County Museum and Channel 2 are pleased to present this program as part of the series Touch the Past.
For a glimpse of Placerville, one of the first settlements in California during the gold rush, these early pictures, taken from the collection housed at the Dorado County Historical Museum, show some of the businesses located on Main Street in the late 1800s. The modern pictures taken by Harry Critchfield, co-author of the book Then and Now, are of the same locations today. Strolling up Main Street on the corner of Sacramento Street, you see on the south side Mel's Diner and parking lot. In the early days, this was where the Ohio House, a 3-story deluxe hotel with hot water, electricity, and a bathroom in every room, was located. A popular stop-off for travelers as well as for visitors from outlying communities. It was destroyed in a fire of 1921, and it was never rebuilt. Looking across the street was the first livery stable in town. This was S. Stevens Livery Stable, which was destroyed twice during the 1856 fires. Hogel's Furniture Store was also here, in what now is the Fox parking lot. Continuing on the dusty Main Street of the 1800s, you pass by the Herrick Building, an O'Donnell building with its distinctive bay windows. The Herrick Building, named for the owner Bruce Herrick, originally was the site of the Jackass Saloon. When Herrick expanded his business, the large oak tree, which had once been used to hang convicted outlaws, was cut down, and the stump is still there under the present building. The practice of hanging outlaws would earn Placerville its nickname of Hangtown for a short period of time. The Hangman's Tree bar next door is a reflection of this practice, with its signature dummy hanging from a beam. One of the more popular spots for hard-working miners was the Branch Saloon, operated by Mrs. Little. It was destroyed by one of the 1856 fires. Accommodating a different kind of digger, today's store sells items for the home and garden. In 1851 assessment roll, Albert Taylor's property at 384 Main Street was described as a round tent, 32 feet in diameter. The name round tent would stay when the property became a wooden building in 1852. After it was destroyed in the 1856 fire, it was rebuilt of brick, keeping the same design as the original round tent. This would change in 1928 when the city took 17 feet off the front to widen Main Street. In the old days, it was a clothing store, and it is now a restaurant. You can see in the picture here a unique sign advertising a blacksmith and horseshoeing business, run by partners Ward and Vicks in the days before automobiles. Prior to that, from 1852 to 1855, it was the Adams Express Company, a kind of early-day bank. In 1944, it would become Florence's Dress Shop, owned and operated by Florence Sweeney. Her store carried ladies' and children's clothing. Today, it is Renfro's Bridal Shop, which sells fashions for brides. Going on up the street, from the old pictures, you can see that behind the courthouse once was City Park, a pretty little park maintained by the ladies of town. Today, it is a parking lot for the public and for the courthouse employees. Now, if it were 1852 and you had been hard at work all day in the hot sun, this was the place to stop for a bottle of soda water. The Fountain and Talman Soda Factory is a good example of the materials used to build structures in the 1850s. Because of its thick stone walls and iron shutters, the building survived the 1856 fires and was used as a soda water factory during those early years. Visitors today can see artifacts from the gold rush days as well as early 1900s here in what is now the Placerville Museum. Another historic site is located in the parking lot between Tortilla Flats and the Chamber of Commerce. This was the location of Hugh Hines' wagon shop. Hines employed John Studebaker in 1853 to make wheelbarrows for sale to the miners. He worked at this trade for 8 years before returning to his hometown with enough money to join the family business, which would become the manufacturer of Studebaker cars. To accommodate the beer drinkers, there were 2 breweries in town. One was the Gibbenheim Brewery, located on the west end of town, and the other was the Zeiss Brewery, built by Jacob Zeiss in 1862 at the upper end of Main Street. After the building was torn down in 1966, another parking lot appeared, and so it is today. On your visit to Old Hangtown, it is still possible to stay in a Main Street hotel that opened in 1857 at this spot on Lower Main Street. It was called Carey House, named for its owner and builder, William Carey. Originally 3 stories, in 1908 it was purchased by John Raffetto, who tore down the hotel and rebuilt it as the Hotel Placerville. It was next remodeled in 1927 when Lloyd Raffetto took over from his father, named it the Raffles Hotel, and added the 4th story. It was sold in 1978 to Doug and Peggy Milton, and with another name change, it once again became the Carey House. Many of the structures built after the devastating fires of 1856 still survive in Placerville under the modern facades added through the years. Wander through the Placerville Hardware and Placerville News Company stores for an experience of days past that you can take with you when you leave Old Hangtown.